Lifelines of Indian economy, the last chapter of your geography. Let's understand the meaning of this. Lifeline. What do you mean by lifeline? Huh? Easy बनाने के लिए. That is lifeline. Lifeline without which our survival is not possible. That is lifeline. When we talk about Indian economy, our economy is surviving, is existing just because of the lifeline. Now, which are those lifelines? That is, we have four prominently. We have four lifelines of Indian economy. First is transportation. Second is communication. Third is trade. And the fourth one is tourism. These four, collectively we call it as lifelines. Now here question is, why they are known as lifelines? Because if we are saying development is taking place in our country, economy is moving, circulation of money is taking place, that is just because of all these four. Just imagine if these four are not here, economy khatam. Last full-fledged 1 year, all of us, we were at home. You were getting education, people were doing jobs, though they were at home, online jobs were going on. That was just because of this communication. People were able to earn money just because of communication. Just imagine अगर ये ना होता, if there is no say technology advancement in our country, कोई IT, कोई इंटरनेट कुछ भी ना होता, तो हमारी कंट्री में जॉब्स बिल्कुल इकोनॉमी खत्म हो जानी थी. Getting me or not? कोई चीज मीन्स कोई लोग कोई ऑनलाइन जॉब्स नहीं कर रहे हैं तो कोई सोर्स ऑफ इनकम होना नहीं था. So if we are surviving even during Corona time period, that is just because of this communication. Is this point clear? And otherwise, in general, we people do trade. We people move from one place to another. You are coming to school by using your roads. So many of people, they move to say Ludhiana to Jalandhar, Jalandhar to Patiala through railways. That is transportation. So what does it mean? This is equally important. We used to do trade through these means of transportation, maybe road, maybe railways, maybe airways, maybe waterways, maybe pipelines. So if we are able to do trade, it means what? Somewhere selling is going on, somewhere buying is going on. Selling and buying is a part of what? Economy. Getting me or not? अगर सेलिंग है किसी चीज का, कोई चीज सेल हो रही है, कोई चीज बाय हो रही है, तो डेफिनेटली दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ इकोनॉमी. So that is because of economy, or our economy is growing because of transportation. Third, trade. Trade is possible just because of these two, communication and transportation. We are placing an order कि हमें ये चीज चाहिए ऑनलाइन से. ऑनलाइन we are using, say I have a boutique, I'm selling suits through online. Online I'm using communication. And transportation through courier services, I'm sending the product to other countries of the world. That is done through transportation. So what does it mean? What is going on? Trade. I am earning money. Is this point clear? Tourism. Tourism directly or indirectly right now playing a very important role. Because of, there were certain areas which were not at all developed. But because of transportation, because of communication, right now the development has started taking place in that area. And वो जो areas हैं, they are developing. Ladakh. So earlier totally untouched area. But because of transportation is now developed there, communication facilities are there, people have started going to that area as a tourist. कितने hotels, restaurants वहाँ पे बन गए हैं, तो automatically trade is also has started taking place. And जो area बिल्कुल untouched था, जिसमें कोई development नहीं थी, right now that area is contributing in the country's economy. Is this point clear? Tourism, Kerala, number of visitors every year they visit our country to get treatment, physical treatment, medical treatment. Kerala is one of such an example. So जब NRIs आ रहे हैं, बाहर फॉरनर्स आ रहे हैं, दे आर कमिंग टू आवर कंट्री फॉर द फिजिकल ट्रीटमेंट, कोई भी ऑपरेट करवाना, whatever, they are coming and they are paying money to us. Definitely we are taking money in the form of dollars, we are earning more money, tourism in, contributing in economy. So these all collectively known as lifelines of Indian economy. अगर ये नहीं होगी, just imagine अगर किसी एरिया में स्ट्राइक हो जाए, there is no transportation, just imagine पूरा स्ट्राइक हो जाए, कोई ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, कोई रोड, रेलवे सब बंद हो गई, सारी लाइफ would become standstill everywhere in our country. अगर स्ट्राइक हो जाए, you might have seen the price of the commodities all of a sudden rise up a lot, and the common person, he or she won't be able to afford that. That is economy. Our economy is totally dependent on economy का simple words में मतलब क्या है, जो भी हम काम करके पैसे अर्न कर रहे हैं, अगर ये चीजें नहीं होगी, काम नहीं होगा, मनी नहीं होगी, इकोनॉमी डेवलप नहीं करेगी, हम लोगों की डेवलपमेंट वोंट टेक प्लेस. इज दिस पॉइंट क्लियर? ऑल ऑफ यू क्लियर बच्चे? So first let's talk about the meaning we have done. Now let's talk about the first lifeline, that is, here we have written, say, transportation. If you are talking about transportation, we have 4 types of transportation. First, we have roadways, railways, airways, waterways, and pipeline. So first we have roadways, second we have railways, third we have, say, air transportation, then we have water, and the last one is pipeline. Out of all these 5, airways, roadways, waterways, railways, and pipeline, if question is which is the latest mode of transportation, the answer would be pipeline. So let's talk about first of all roadways. Roadways, no need to explain, I guess every one of you know it. Sadke, moving from one place to another, sadke to nahi move kari means we people move on that those roads and all that. So here is one term that is known as road density. What does it mean? Very important term, road density. That's right. Length of road per 100 square kilometer. Should know about it. Length of roads 100 square per 100 square kilometer is known as road density. Road density is maximum in Kerala. Kerala actually is a very narrow state, छोटी state है. So road density is extremely maximum there. Means roads ज़्यादा है उस area में, छोटे से area में बहुत ज़्यादा road है. And road density is minimum in the hilly areas like J&K or northeastern states. Roads we can categorize into few parts. Now, which are those few parts? First, I'm going to erase this portion. So roads we can categorize into few parts. First one, we have super expressways. So first, road we have super expressways. Second, we have national highways. This is national highways. Third, we have state highways. Then we have district roads. Then we have village roads. Last, we have border roads. So these are 6 categories of roads: super expressways, national highways, state highways, district road, border roads, and village roads. First, super expressways. Something special is with the name only, super expressways. Under super expressways, we have 3 categories. Three expressways are there. Not categories, 3 expressways are there. That is Golden Quadrilateral. That's right. North-South corridor. That's correct. And last is East-West corridor. Under super expressways, we have 3: Golden Quadrilateral, North-South corridor, and East-West corridor. First, let's understand the meaning of super expressway. Super expressways are totally constructed and maintained by central government. Plus, It connects first golden quadrilateral, and say we are talking about the prominent features. Super expressways, we have 4 to 6 lanes. Third, because of 4 to 6 lanes, movement of traffic is extremely fast. Next, traffic jam is extremely minimum. Next, perishable commodities can be easily transported because we don't have any traffic problem. The speed of the vehicle is quite fast. It's only in super expressways. I repeat, super expressways are constructed, maintained by a central government, 4 to 6 lanes, fast movement of traffic, time saving is there, no traffic jams are there, and perishable commodities can be easily transported. Done. Now this super expressway first map, all of you should know about it. If you know, it's very good. If you don't know, you have to do it. First, we have golden quadrilateral, making a very small map here. It connects 4 prominent cities of India, and these 4 prominent cities are, this is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. So these 4 areas, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai. These 4 areas are connected by this golden quadrilateral. These 4 are metro areas, automatically very important from economical point of view. All are in different directions. Delhi north, Kolkata east, Chennai south, Mumbai west. It means connecting extreme corners, extreme nahi kahenge, but yes, prominent cities in different directions. Next, we have north-south corridor connecting J&K till Kanyakumari. This is known as north-south corridor, this point and this point. So this is north-south corridor. You are supposed to write down here names also. Next, we have east-west corridor. It connects Porbandar in Gujarat and Silchar in Assam. So here we have Porbandar and here we have Silchar. East-west corridor. Always keep one thing in your mind. While making east-west corridor, Bangladesh you don't have to cover. You have to leave this country. It's a separate country. So while coming from Porbandar till Silchar, we have to move through this West Bengal, then this area ultimately will reach here. Second, same is with the golden quadrilateral. Whenever we are joining these 2 areas, say Chennai with Kolkata, we are supposed to go through land area. Yahan se nahi leke aana. It would be wrong. Waterway se nahi leke aana. So these 4, that is, sorry, these 3, golden quadrilateral, north-south corridor, east-west corridor, collectively known as super expressways. 4 to 6 lane, very fast movement of traffic, no traffic jams, less kind of number of accidents, time saving, perishable commodities and all that. Constructed, maintained by central government. Clear? Porbandar till Silchar, Silchar, Assam. Second, we have national highways. Clear from the name. Those highways which connect one state to another. And whenever you might have noticed, if you are moving from Punjab and crossing in Himachal, you have to pay toll tax. Whenever we have a toll tax, whenever we cross one state to entering in another, we have to pay toll tax. So that is national highway. National highways are constructed and maintained by CPWD, Central Public Work Department. Construct भी उन्होंने करना है, maintain भी उन लोगों ने ही करना है, right? So national highway, there are number of national highways, but prominently national highway number 7, which connect, that is the longest highway, Varanasi till Kanyakumari. That's correct. And then we have national highway number 15, which cover whole of Rajasthan. Then we have national highway number 1, which connect Amritsar to Kolkata. Earlier it was Lahore, but after partition, abhi reh gaya Amritsar till Kolkata. And national highways, I repeat, CPWD, connect one state to the another state. Yes. And prominent highways, highway number 1, highway number 7, highway number 15, एक दो शायद और भी होंगे. Highway number आपके सिलेबस में जो सिलेबस में ओनली दैट वी हैव टू डू, सारे नहीं करने, 5 आर देयर आई गेस ओनली. So next we have state highways. State highways, first of all, constructed and maintained by public work department under state, and they connect state highways district headquarters to capitals. जैसे जालंधर is connected with चंडीगढ़, पठानकोट is connected with चंडीगढ़, जो रोड है that is a state highway. ठीक है. And then we have district roads connecting one district to the another district. जैसे जालंधर, कपूरथला, पठानकोट. Village road connecting villages with towns with each other. Last, very important, border roads. Border roads are and village roads are constructed and maintained by coming fall under Zilla Parishad. So district roads है Zilla Parishad municipality. In the same way village panchayat along with 3-tier system आपने किया होगा, 3-tier system sorry, civics में आपने लोगों ने किया होगा. Next we have border road, very important border road. Full-fledged 3-mark question can be there, can be asked in the exam. Border roads are the roads which are definitely on the border area, it's clear from the name. These are constructed and maintained by one organization known as BRO, Border Road Organization. And this border road organization is responsible for the construction. Now here question is, what is the need to have border roads in the border area? Yeah, what type of benefits remote areas or border areas are getting after the construction of border roads? So first is, okay, first heavy border areas, so automatically we have to protect the area from enemies. And for this, supply of armaments, weapons to our army, defense. So we use these roads. Second point is border roads are generally, border areas are generally remote areas, backward areas where it's not easy to reach there. But still people live there. So to satisfy their needs, to fulfill their needs, people living in the villages, on the border area, these roads have become quite fruitful for them. So that's why also. And whatever food, we have to provide to the people living in the border areas, particularly I'm talking about defense point of view, army point of view. So these roads are useful. Constructed and maintained by BRO, Border Road Organization. Is this point clear? All of you clear? Okay. There is one term which is related to transportation only, that is BOT. Term is BOT. B stands for build, to construct something. O stand for operate, function. And T stand for transfer. I repeat, build, operate, transfer. BOT. So BOT is, Isha, we have done this? No? Okay. Sometimes some projects are extremely expensive and government doesn't have that much budget or that much amount to spend on that project. Then government asks from the private companies through tenders. They invite tenders. Have you heard this word, tender? Suppose all of you are the person, the businessman, I am a part of the government. I'll publish this in the newspaper that this project is going to be started, going to be implemented. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक flyover बनाने हैं, जलंधर से लेकर दिल्ली तक we have to construct a flyover. And I'll ask from all of you, those who are interested, they can send. क्या send करना है? हाँ, tender. उसमें tender में ये होगा कि how much money you would take to spend to construct that flyover, how much time you would take to construct that flyover. सुन लो, बहुत simple है, nothing like. So all of you will give your own views. आप सभी अपना अपना टेंडर मुझे भेजोगे. से आपने बोला कि on the construction of this project I'll spend 50 crores I'll spend, and year is say 2 years. 2 years she will take to spend and 50 crores she will spend on that. इतना खर्चा आ जाएगा. She says. Next जो businessman है टेंडर जिसका है, उन्होंने कहा कि I'll complete this project in 1.5 years and the money which I would be in need that would be say 40 crores. एक और ने टेंडर भेजा, उसने बोला कि 1 year में हो जाएगा एंड द मनी विच आई विल टेक 45 करोड़. सो अकॉर्डिंगली सबने अपने अपने टेंडर्स भेजे. whatever tender is fruitful to the government, beneficial for the government, जिसमें खर्चा भी कम हो, टाइम भी कम हो, जो भी लगेगा गवर्नमेंट को, वो टेंडर को पास कर दिया जाएगा. सपोज आपने बोला कि 45 करोड़ एंड टाइम पीरियड इज 1 ईयर, तो गवर्नमेंट को लगा कि यस टाइम इज ऑल्सो ओके एंड अमाउंट दैट इज ऑल्सो ओके, टाइम कम लग रहा है, सो गवर्नमेंट विल गिव द अथॉरिटी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट दैट टेंडर, टू कंस्ट्रक्ट दैट प्रोजेक्ट टू दैट बिजनेसमैन. सपोज ए बिजनेसमैन को वो टेंडर मिल गया. गॉट इट? नाउ ए बिजनेसमैन वुड टेक से 1.5 ईयर, डील साइन हुई गवर्नमेंट के बीच में और बिजनेसमैन ए के बीच में कि 1.5 साल में 45 करोड़ में यू विल कंस्ट्रक्ट दिस प्रोजेक्ट. हो गया डील. उसके बाद ऑल द अथॉरिटी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट प्रोजेक्ट, टू कंस्ट्रक्ट फ्लाईओवर व्हाटएवर would be in the hands of that businessman A. Build. Now what he will do? He will start building the project. उसने वो प्रोजेक्ट बिल्ड करना शुरू कर दिया. से 1.5 में उसने वो प्रोजेक्ट खत्म कर दिया. बिल्ड हो गया, गवर्नमेंट का कोई रोल नहीं है, डील हो चुकी है, he has done that project. उसके बाद ऑपरेशनल, अब फ्लाईओवर बना है तो ऑटोमेटिकली सड़कों पे व्हीकल जाने शुरू हो जाएंगे. तो सड़कों पे जब व्हीकल जाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली प्रॉफिट भी आएगा, टोल टैक्सेस लगेंगे, रोड टैक्सेस लगेंगे. जो टैक्स लगेगा, रोड टैक्स, टोल टैक्स, जो भी टैक्सेस लगेंगे, दैट वुड गो इन द पॉकेट्स ऑफ बिजनेसमैन ए. बिकॉज डील के अकॉर्डिंगली उसको कितने साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिला? 5 इयर्स का, कि 5 इयर्स आपने बनाना है, चलाना है, उसके बाद गवर्नमेंट को वापस कर देना है. सो 5 इयर्स तक, सपोज 1.5 ईयर उन्होंने कंस्ट्रक्शन में लगाया, आफ्टर दैट जितना भी टाइम रहा, 3.5 इयर्स आर लेफ्ट, दैट वुड बी यूज्ड बाय द कंपनी बिजनेसमैन ए टू earn or to get taxes in the form of toll tax, road tax, whatever taxes they can have. 3 और 3.5 साल के लिए they will keep on collecting the taxes. That would be their profit. Profit of what? Profit of businessman A. Build, operate, done. After 5 years, everything is done. Tenure is over, deal is over, time period of deal is over. After 5 years, businessman A would provide all, government will take all authority from that businessman A. अब उस businessman A का कोई रोल नहीं रहेगा. बिजनेसमैन जो है वो सारे की सारी अथॉरिटी अब किसके पास चली जाएगी? गवर्नमेंट के पास. दैट इज ट्रांसफर. अब गवर्नमेंट ने उस पर टोल टैक्स लगाना है, कम करना है, बढ़ाना है, डिमोलिश करना है, दैट इज टोटली इन द हैंड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. बट इट दिस इज बिल्ड, ऑपरेट एंड ट्रांसफर. यू माइट हैव सीन बहुत जगह, अभी आई हैव नो आइडिया अबाउट इट, बट पहले बहुत जगह लगे होते थे. अमृतसर के रास्ते में राजदीप, एक और था रोहन एंड राजदीप प्रोजेक्ट, बहुत जगह जगह पे इवन बस स्टैंड में भी लिखा होता था. पहले ऐसा था. इट मीन्स व्हाट, उन्होंने ये टेंडर दिया होगा, बिल्ड किया, ऑपरेट किया, ट्रांसफर टू द गवर्नमेंट. राइट नाउ देयर नेम इज नॉट एग्जिस्टिंग एनीवेयर. मीन्स ये काम हो चुका है. सो this is build, operate and transfer, which is also known as BOT, is basically for heavy projects जिसमें बहुत पैसा लगना है. and private companies they actually construct all these projects. government ज्यादा construct नहीं करती है इसमें. is this point clear? all of you clear? Clear? Pura clear? Dhruv clear? All clear? Okay. So this is all about road. Now let's next talk about advantages and disadvantages of road transportation. Very simple. रोड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के सबसे ज्यादा जो एडवांटेजेस इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट शॉर्ट डिस्टेंस एरिया, you are coming from JP Nagar to your school, you will use road. Simple. Short distance area, easy to maintain. Door to door supply is the most important point of this. Yes, feeder to other means of transportation. Which what does it mean? रेलवे में, रेलवे से एयरपोर्ट में हमने कोई सामान पहुंचाना है, बट रेलवे में पहले कैसे जाएंगे? थ्रू रोड्स. गेटिंग मी नोट? feeder to other means of transport. रोड की वजह से we are able to reach to railway junction, railway station. रोड की वजह से we are able to reach to the airport. रोड की वजह से we are able to reach to the water transportation. जो भी सामान हमने भिजवाना, that can be done through road transportation. So door to door supply is there, feeder to other means of transportation is also there, short distance is there, and maintenance cost is less or can be constructed on any type of terrain. Maybe mountainous, maybe dastic area, maybe plain area, maybe plateau area, maybe island, maybe coastal, whatever area is there, road can be constructed anywhere and everywhere, right? And if you're talking about vice versa, opposites of it, so road ke drawbacks, narrow roads in India generally, the quality is not so good, tutti frutti zyada hai, less number of roads we have, material use in the road that is not up to mark, and outdated roads. and roads are not found everywhere. There are so many remote areas जहाँ पे हमें कच्चा roads मिलते हैं. We don't have पक्का road. We don't have cemented road. So that is also one of the drawbacks. So all drawbacks are clear. All clear. Roadways clear. If question is on roadways, can you do this? BOT is clear. Super expressway is clear. National highway, district, border road, all clear. Okay. Let's move to the next, that is railways. Railway, if you are talking about Indian Railway, we have 16 railway zones, and railways have certain advantages and disadvantages. First of all, let's talk about advantages. Advantages, first of all, cover long distance areas. Then lot of passengers, lot of products can be carried on at one place, at one side, or provide catering facility, food facility is also there. ACs, AC slippers, all kind of, according to your pocket, we can travel to first aid, second class, first class, second class, or sleeper class, we can, according to our pocket. Then we have, what else? Faster trains, super fast trains we have, and we have metro trains, we have underground trains, saves our time also. So these all are the prominent, we have even luxury trains, palace on wheels. So all these are the advantages of it. If we talk about disadvantages, advantages में something more is there, that computerized reservation is there. So we don't have to go to the railway station to make a line and to get the ticket. Right now, computerized can be done. But if I talk about drawbacks, railway tracks, derailment is very common. Due to this, due to derail, patadi ka utar jana. Due to this, what happened? Accidents are common, and unnecessary pulling of chain is here, and theft, robbery is very common in railways generally. Hanji, hilly terrain में can't be constructed. Hilly हो गया, mountainous हो गया, delta area even. It's not easy to construct railways here. That is the biggest drawback of it. Okay? And if we are talking about its gauge system, gauge is the distance between two tracks, and we have three type of gauge system, that is broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge. What is the distance of broad gauge? 1.667. And what is meter gauge? 1 meter. And what is narrow gauge? 0.76. That's correct. So we have three type of gauge system: broad, meter, and narrow. Broad मतलब gauge क्यों होता क्या है? पटड़ी. Gauge is one पटड़ी. पटड़ी मतलब एक साइड ऑफ दूसरे, इन दोनों में डिस्टेंस कितना है, दैट इज अ गेज. सो वी हैव थ्री गेज सिस्टम: ब्रॉड गेज, मीटर गेज, नैरो गेज. सो ब्रॉड गेज एंड मीटर गेज जनरली आर फाउंड इन प्लेन एरिया, मेट्रो एरिया, डेवलप्ड एरिया, एंड नैरो गेजेस आर जनरली फाउंड इन द माउंटेनियस एरिया. लाइक जितने भी कालका एक्सप्रेस भी है, शिमला में जो ट्रेन चलती है, दैट इज ऑन नैरो गेज. पटड़ी छोटी है, उनकी छोटी ट्रेन होती है. सो अब व्हाट आर द ड्रॉबैक्स ऑफ दीज थ्री गेज सिस्टम? बार बार ट्रेन को चेंज करना पड़ता है. सपोज आप पंजाब से शिमला की तरफ जा रहे हो, तो आप सामान यहाँ से लेके फिर अगर शिमला की ट्रेन पकड़ोगे, फिर सामान को उतारना पड़ेगा. देयर इज अ वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम एज वेल एज देयर इज अ वेस्टेज ऑफ मनी. मनी का वेस्टेज है, टाइम का वेस्टेज, रिसोर्सेज का भी वेस्टेज इज देयर. सो जस्ट टू अवॉइड दिस, government has given the proposal that instead of three gauge system, there should be one gauge system all over country, that is uni gauge system. कि तीन नहीं होने चाहिए कि 1.6 हो गया, 1 मीटर हो गया, कि 0.76 हो गया. देयर शुड बी वन, एक ही होना चाहिए, ताकि भी अप टू सम एक्सटेंट वी विल बी एबल टू अपना रिड्यूस और सेव टाइम, as well as would be able to save wastage of resources or money and all that. Okay? So these are the features of gauge system. Last question we have done so many times, that is distribution pattern of railway network is greatly influenced by physiographic, economic and administrative units. हमने बहुत बार क्वेश्चन किया हुआ है. Physiography is related to physical features. तो यहाँ पे माउंटेन्स होंगे, डेजर्ट होगा, वहाँ पे मुश्किल होगा बनाने. यहाँ पे प्लेन एरिया इजी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट. एंड इकोनॉमिक मीन्स यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्री ज्यादा है, एग्रीकल्चर ज्यादा है, इकोनॉमिकल एक्टिविटीज आर मोर. Automatically वहाँ पे railways construction is much more beneficial as compared to those areas where it is less. And administrative is policies of the government. Wherever government see कि benefits they are getting, government automatically would construct more railway tracks there. For example, Kashmir, Jammu, earlier we were not having tracks there, but right now government has started developing tracks. Reason क्या है कि tourism point of view, so that area is important, as well as from defense point of view, that is very important. आर्मी को भेजना है, टूरिस्ट ने जाना है. So that's what northeastern state policies of the government are not so much favorable. Undoubtedly, mountainous area है, shabby area है, marshy area है. So that can be one of the reasons. But policies of the government play a very important role whenever construction of railways are concerned. Right? Any doubt? Railways. No doubt? Okay. Next we have air transportation. What do you want to ask? Why you were asking from him? Huh? Okay. I'm new for you, you're new for me, है ना? We seen first time each other, right? So then we have air transportation. Very simple. Air transportation, we have two types. One होती है domestic within the country, second is international, one country to another country. Domestic means there are number of airports. We're not going to discuss all that. Almost everywhere we have airports except northeastern state. We have just one airport there, that is in Guwahati. बाकी almost everywhere we have airports. जैसे पंजाब में भी है मोहाली, पंजाब में भी अमृतसर, पंजाब में भी आदमपुर. तो हर एक स्टेट में है. हाँ जी, आदमपुर, I said आदमपुर. And otherwise international airports, you can make a map. Right, I'm going to make it. International airport, you are supposed to do it, learn it, should be on your tips. So first of all, let's start from let's start from our own state, that is Amritsar. We have, who is saying Raja Sansi? Isha? Huh, Harshika, primitive age. You belong to primitive age. Raja Sansi तो बेटा कब का चेंज हो गया है? Right now it is Guru Ramdas International Airport, right? So Amritsar we have Guru Ramdas International Airport. Delhi, Maharashtra, Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. Okay, Kolkata, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. Then we have, Kerala. Hanji? What? Oh, that's good. Thiruvananthapuram International Airport. मैं कल ही आई हूँ. Chennai. We'll discuss it later on. Right now, let me teach. This is Meenambakkam in Chennai. If question is, name the international airport of Tamil या state, तो तमिल लिखना है. If city है तो चेन्नई लिखना है. ये दिमाग में रखना है. Whenever question is about a state तो state लिखना है. Whenever question is about a city तो city लिखना है. अगर question है which airport is in Chennai, फिर मीनमबक्कम, या मीनमबक्कम is in which state, फिर तमिल आएगा, चेन्नई नहीं आंसर आएगा. Got it? And Hyderabad, but it should be on your tips now. Rajiv Gandhi International Airport. I repeat, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport is in Hyderabad. So that's all for you.